Personal training is a versatile career. It can be done in many formats and with many different group sizes. These include one-on-one, small group, large group, in-person, and online. Online training, or virtual training, is quickly becoming the fastest growing way for trainers to reach clients. If you decide to do some or all of your personal training online, you'll still be assessing clients, building and delivering exercise programming, and helping them make adjustments. That won't change. But this training type will require you to be a little more organized, prepared, and communicative with your clients. Here are some tips for you as a new trainer moving into the virtual training space. First, you need to decide how you'll be delivering your programming. Will you type or write out workouts and send it to a client to do on their own? Will you use a training app to deliver your content? Or will you be live on camera to coach the client through their workout? Or will you do a combination of both? For assessments, you'll need to determine how you'll conduct posture and movement assessments. Will it be in person for local clients or live video and you talk the client through the assessment? And how often will you have clients reassess, weigh in, or take measurements? When it comes to forms, client intake paperwork can be sent electronically as attachments, or they can be done online as long as they're stored securely. You'll also need to establish how you'll be communicating with your clients and how often. Will you text or call clients? Or is email your preferred method of contact? Can they expect daily or weekly communications? And how will they reach you if they have questions? There's a lot to consider with virtual personal training, but the most important step is setting expectations with the clients, both what they can expect from you and what you expect from them as they move through their program. As a trainer, it's inevitable that you will get questions about whether your clients should use ice or heat. The short answer is the most common answer in fitness. It depends. It'll be helpful for you to have basic knowledge of each strategy and how they affect the body. When you apply ice, the receptors in the skin sense things like pressure and temperature. And our skin has more cold receptors than heat receptors. When the skin senses a cold temperature, it activates the cold receptors and blocks some of the sensation of pain. Icing also causes vasoconstriction, or the narrowing of blood vessels. This reduces blood flow and helps to slow the body's inflammatory response that may accompany an injury like swelling or redness. Ice can also be helpful for relieving and preventing muscle soreness after exercise and may help shorten recovery time. Icing, however, is not always the best solution. Heat is often used as a therapy to help relieve pain and promote healing. When you heat an injury, the warmth causes vasodilation, or the widening of blood vessels. This increases blood flow to the injured tissue, which in turn increases the amount of oxygen to speed healing. Both heat and ice have their place in training and recovery. When you understand how each one affects the body's tissues, it can help you make the right therapeutic choice for yourself and for your training clients. Just always remember, you cannot diagnose or treat injuries. Clients with injuries or pain should be referred to their physician.
The scope of practice for a personal trainer limits the programs we create and the assessments we conduct to training and evaluating the muscles of the body. We do not assess, diagnose, or correct structural issues. Personal trainers can also offer general nutrition guidance, help clients with goal setting and behavior modifications that support their fitness goals, and exercise recovery techniques like self-myofascial release and stretching. We do not prescribe meal plans or diets, evaluate psychological conditions, or manually apply recovery techniques like massage or trigger point therapies. At some point, you're bound to come across clients who will ask about things that are outside of your scope of practice. When this happens, ask open-ended questions to learn how much they know about these topics and what they would like to learn. If it's something like better sources of carbohydrates, healthy fats, or how to reduce muscle soreness after exercise, you can likely offer high-level assistance and, more importantly, educate the client. However, if you don't know the answer to a client's question, don't make it up or guess. Never be afraid to tell them, "I don't know, let me find out and get back to you." But if the client's questions are detailed and specific, you'll likely need to refer them to another health or medical professional. Remember, when in doubt, refer out. Some common health and medical professionals you'll want to have in your network for client referrals include a dietitian for more detailed nutrition guidance, medical nutrition therapies, and meal plans. An endocrinologist for issues like diabetes or thyroid issues related to hormones or metabolic conditions. An orthopedic specialist for musculoskeletal issues like knee, low back, hip, or elbow pain. A chiropractor for issues concerning the back and spine. A massage therapist for recovery and mobility therapies like massage and assisted stretching. An athletic trainer for clients with or recovering from sports-related injuries. A cardiologist for heart and circulatory system concerns. And a general physician for non-emergency referrals. Many clients may already have a physician they see regularly. If they do, ensure they share their preferred doctor's contact information on their intake forms should you need to get in touch with them.
If you've been to a gym and hopped on a cardio machine, chances are you noticed a colorful chart with several heart rate zones on the console. These zones tell you what your heart rate should be depending on your goal. Often, there is a high intensity or anaerobic training zone and a moderate intensity aerobic training zone. The zone that really gets people's attention, though, is the one we're going to focus on, the fat burning zone. Because losing weight is a common goal for many gym goers, it makes sense that people would choose the fat burning zone as their level of intensity. Burning fat is exactly what they want to do. And coincidentally, the fat burning zone is low intensity. In other words, you can burn fat and avoid hard work. If you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, you're right. The fat burning zone is a bit misleading, and here's why. In order to lose weight, an individual needs to burn more calories than they consume. In the fat burning zone, it is true that fat is being utilized or burned as a primary fuel source. Higher intensity activities use much less fat as a source of fuel. So, doing some cardio and staying in the fat burning zone would seemingly be the best choice, but it's not. From a fat burning efficiency standpoint, that is great, but from a calorie burning perspective, you may be coming up short. This is why it's confusing. Let me clarify with an example. Let's say a client completes a 30-minute walking workout, and at a walking pace, about 70% of the calories burned come from fat. So over the course of 30 minutes, they burn a total of 200 calories. This equates to 140 calories burned from fat. Now, let's say that instead of walking, the client completes a high-intensity workout that only uses about 50% of the calories from fat. Over the course of the 30 minutes, they burn a total of 400 calories. This means that 200 of those calories came from fat. So, even though the fat-burning zone used a higher percentage of fat for fuel, the higher intensity workout burned more calories from fat and overall calories, which is the ultimate goal for weight loss.